Contracts. Create a new contract. In this tutorial, you will learn how to create a contract in HOMERE. Let's create a contract for Lisa Bart. We click on the Contract tab and New. By default, the type of creation proposed is New Contract, but we can, by clicking on the scroll box, choose between the three different types of creation: New Contract, Renewal, Amendment. In our case, Lisa is working for the first time for our MSF Operational Center, so we choose New Contract. A message pops up reminding not to forget to fill in the seniority and the paid leave balance of the employee. It is not automatically updated when we create, amend or renew a contract. We click OK. Here is the contract slip window. As you can see, some information is automatically filled in, but most of it has to be filled in manually. Let's go through the contract slip. We already choose the type of creation of the contract, but we can still change it by clicking on the scroll. The number box has to be filled in manually. This is the first contract of Lisa. Anytime we will renew or amend our contract, we will have to modify this number. Contract type. Following the administration and HR guideline of the mission, we know that as it is Lisa's first contract, we have to establish a fixed-term contract. We click on the scroll box and choose the contract type. By default, when we create a new contract, it will be the current contract. We will change it to No when we will close this contract, but for the time being, this is our current contract for Lisa. We enter the date the contract is starting and ending. The first contract of Lisa is a fixed-term contract of 6 months. She has to go through a trial period of 3 months according to the administration and HR guideline. So we click on the scroll box and select Yes. She will finish her trial period on the 13th of June. Here we can attach the paper contract that the employee will sign. Click on Generate. Automatically, HOMERE should propose us the types of contracts applicable. In this case, we can choose between fixed-term contract and open-term contract. We can later on open or delete this attachment. When we click on the function grid scroll arrow, we get access to the current function grid and those previously used. We must be careful to select the current one. Our current function grid is JF2. Clicking on the function scroll box, we can choose among many functions. Lisa will hold the position of nurse. We can notice that the level and the category of the position are automatically filled in, but we have to enter manually the job ranking. For that, we need to refer to the function grid. Nurse position is considered a skilled position. We have to enter the starting date for calculation of severance payment when we create a contract for an employee. That way, when the employee will leave the organization, we will know what is the starting date to calculate the employee's final settlement, also called severance payment. Lisa already worked for MSF, and when she left the organization at that time, she received a final settlement. So now that she will start again working with MSF, the date for calculation of severance payment will be the starting date of this new contract. Employer is automatically filled in, but we have to select the country of the project. If we know the country code, we can type it directly, or we can search for it in the scroll box. Now we are going to select the payroll calculation and do the same for the salary scale number. We type in here the seniority the person has with MSF prior to this contract. This value is given in month. Lisa worked already 27 months for MSF. With all the data we entered so far, HOMERE can calculate for us what is Lisa's base salary. We have to click on Calculation. And yes. We still have to enter some very important information. The number of days of vacation an employee is entitled per working month is mentioned here automatically. We'll have to modify the activity rate if it's not full-time, 100%. The currency for payment of the salary is automatically filled in, but we have to enter the accounting code. Lisa is a nurse, so her salary is considered salary expenses medical staff. We have to enter now the project code. The information is provided by the HR coordination team, but we can also find it in HOMERE. The project code is in fact the two first numbers of the field code. It may happen that the project has subdivisions, but it's not the case here. All employees must have a job description. It has to be mentioned in HOMERE. And an electronic copy has to be attached. If needed, we can add some comments here. We can also mention the workplace in this area. So now that we have entered all the data, we can click on Apply and Validate. In this tutorial, you learned how to create a contract in HOMERE. Others tutorial video related to contracts are Contracts Basic Rules, Amend a Contract, Renew a Contract, Settle a Contract.